И здравейте всички от YouTube и добре дошли на да ги мило в канала съм Мишката. И днес ние започваме нещо, което ще излиза много рядко на канала и ще бъде точно 3 серии, наречена The Legend of the Monkey Island. Като днес епизода започва с Telltale номер 1, наречен Journey to Mêlée Island. Дами и господа, обой, нямате си на представа колко ексайтед бях да го превъртам това нещо. Но за това ще има специално отделно видео, в което ще дообясня какво видяхме и какво мисля изобщо за Telltale 1. Нещо от типа на ревю и малко бакстори за някои неща, които се случват по време на самия Telltale. Та, общо взето това е. Всичко беше страхотно направено. Получи се страхотно, видеото също е страхотно и тук е момента да направя нещо, което ще го видите във видеото. Zen Remaster, наистина ти благодаря за рейда, който направи по време на стрима ми. Това също беше епично, наистина ти благодаря от сърце, 200 човека рейд. Наистина благодаря ти, брада, ще му пусна линка в описанието, хора, последвайте го, това човек заслужава. Заради него в момента имам 51 фоллоуъра и съм точно на път да стана сътрудник в Twitch, което означава, че и вие можете да фоллоуните, да ударите едно рамо, понеже в седмицата, в която излиза този клип, това видео, ще има всеки ден стрим вечерта, поне по час и половина-два, понеже ми трябват 7 дена. Но това е друг въпрос, това са мои работи, но пак казвам, всеки божи ден, всяка вечер ще има стрим и който иска може да влиза да гледа, ще играем и Sea of Thieves и други игри, в зависимост от това аз в колко настроение съм и колко сили имам като енергия да продължа стрима, но със сигурност ще бъде час и половина-два. Но стига сме говорили за стримовете, нека говорим за Monkey Island малко. Пак казвам, страхотен Telltale, епизода се получи страхотно, вайба е епичен, саундтрака не коментирам. Там е отделно, диалозите и voice акторите също са абсолютни. Пак казвам, ще има отделно видео, в което ще обясня кой е basically. И да, а сега ви предлагам да се насладите на видеото, приятен апетит на тези, които хапват, приятен апетит, приятно гледане на тези, които гледат. И също отново благодаря за всички, които се включиха лайв да го гледат. Наистина хора, от сърце благодаря, стрима се получи абсолютен. Общо взето приятно гледане, дами и господа, и надявам се да ви хареса видеото.
Hey, don't touch that!
Don't
Unless
touch
you
that.
think you're tough enough to track down the man I'm hunting. Everything I know is in that logbook. I'd find him myself if I had the money to get back on the waves. But for now, I'm just another landlubber selling tours.
Ah, Captain Capsize. I see you've already settled in and started making friends.
I don't want friends. What I want is someone willing to drag that pirate pretender back to reality. Then he can have a long and meaningful conversation with the sole of my boot.
Which won't happen unless you take the time to explain our situation. A while ago, I invited a pirate named ГайБръш Трипвуд and his wife Elaine to
ГайБръш
celebrate their
Трипвуд.
honeymoon here on the Sea of Thieves.
You mean a fraud named ГайБръш Трипвуд? Though I'd also accept liar, imposter, figurehead thief.
ГайБръш accepted my invitation, but his ship never arrived. After a while, I began to fear the worst. So I began making inquiries in the Sea of the Damned.
And found me stuck there, sailing in circles in my old glass-bottomed boat. Something that looked like it anyway.
A memory of yours made real by the Sea of the Damned. In that realm, people and places from long ago can come back to haunt you, mingling with all the hopes and dreams in your heart. I fear that ГайБръш has become trapped in memories of his own. Memories of a distant pirate sanctuary known as Mêlée Island.
Mêlée
Not
Island.
rescued, he will
Мрава
remain
Никич.
sealed in a dream world for all eternity, surrounded by fragments of his past. That is why I have asked Kate to recruit pirates who are both willing and able to broach the Sea of the Damned and save ГайБръш.
And then everybody here will see what a pathetic dope he really is. It's a good plan. Think they can pull it off?
I believe they can.
Open the door, блядь, положението.
Kate learned of ГайБръш's whereabouts, but was never able to reach him. You will be sailing into uncharted territory. On Mêlée Island, things may be very different from the Sea of Thieves you know.
Which is why you should take my logbook. But don't lose it. Once Threepwood has been rescued, I'm going to make him eat every last page.
You should keep an open mind, Kate. Out here, enemies can enter the same tavern and depart as friends.
When it comes to ГайБръш Трипвуд, I don't need an open mind. Only a closed fist. Well, don't just stand there. Sail through that archway and find Threepwood. The logbook I gave you has everything you need to know.
Alright. Только начал прочтем после.
Dear Diary, wow, what an incredible end to an amazing adventure. I outwitted the evil pirate LeChuck, caused an avalanche, kinda, and lived to tell the tale. Even better, Elaine and I finally got married, and all of our friends were there too. I don't think we've ever been happier. Now all we have to do is set a course and begin our honeymoon, sailing on the Sea of Thieves. To get there, we have to pass through the Devil's Shroud. Elaine says it's no big deal so long as we follow the map, but I don't know. I miss seeing the stars. I had the nightmare again. I wake up in our cabin. Elaine is gone. And at the end of my bed, LeChuck is there, laughing at me. It's crazy, I know.
Okay.
I left him buried back on Monkey Island, but why does it feel so real? I can almost hear the laughter.
Дева. Сам за voice acting, Майкъл. Дева. Alright. Той въобще не свечи. Пак, вече не свети. Блед.
But when I did get back to sleep, I had a very different dream. I was back where it all began, on my quest to become a legendary pirate. Back at the start of my very first adventure.
Музиката е много готина, човек, направо не мога. Просто е вайб цялото нещо. Така, говорим по план. Първо трябва да отидем при локалата. Като е да най-много коинсове. Този път просто няма ръчвам неща. Вчера много ръчвах. No. Let's go. Okay. Съм блъснена. Damage. Няма damage. 4 години цъкам. Поставя damage до damage. Не мога да се позволя. Okay. Добре, там не можеш да стъпиш вече. Той има спомен, че можеш да стъпиш. Pieces of 8 ми трябва. Това наварила няма ли бе? Кам! Да, там да спимаш. О, ето го. Ето го е. Почвам да събираме пари, защото не трябва. We need the money. Така. Това ще влезем после. Сега... нататък. Като този път ще проверим всяко едно NPC какво казва. Ще вникнем във всичко, защото... Да. Трябва. It's a campaign poster encouraging people to re-elect Governor ГайБръш. Place when your religion to Monkey Island, there's no competition. Nice. Nice. Тук ще дойдем после. Това не е толкова спешно, пак казвам, не ръшваме като вчера. Вникваме в сюжета. Къде има музиката? Защо няма музиката? Тън-та-да-да-да-да-да. Аз ще трябва да я правя това. Дин-тири-ди-ди-дин-дин. Дин-дин-дин-дин. Знаеш, представя си, че има музичка в момента. Не решваме, казваме, ще подскачайки по най-възможно бързи начин до локалата, че да му гепа абсолютно всеки един цент, който има в себе си. Не е ли блядь фала? Блядь фала куда-то.
Yikes!
Yikes!
Sneak up on me like that.
What are you doing up here,
My
boy?
job, that's what. I'm the official lookout of Mêlée Island, appointed by Governor Squinky Thriftweed himself.
Squinky Thriftweed.
It's my job to keep an eye out for storms, incoming ships, and so on, and report them directly to the governor. Well, usually his guards nowadays. Your ship. No offense, but that's barely a rowboat compared to the sort of ships made famous by the legend of Monkey Island. Ha! The Sea Monkey. Well, now, that was a ship worth talking about. A fearless crew, a gallant captain, and the largest cereal supply you've ever seen. I don't so much care for chatting with the folks in town. Most of them just sit around telling tales about the legend of Monkey Island. I'd just as soon tend them a fire and stay out of trouble. But if you're looking for excitement, you should stop by the Scum Bar if you haven't.
Нямам гласа, но
Here's a
много
little
познат.
free advice, though, chum. Stay out of the way of the governor's guards. No, I know they may seem harmless, but... Nope, I don't trust them. Not one bit.
Тоест не е ли Leonardo да Cable да я веде ти играе мейта? Не му прича.
You what? A ship, you say? Ooh, this could be serious. Well, whoever it was, they're gone now. Keep
Troll.
my eyes open.
Troll. Lalalala. Lalalala.
Ah, these docks sure are pretty. You get a great view of the ocean. From here, I can see the spot where Sheriff Shinetop tried to drown me.
Шайттроп. Шериф Шайттроп. Който ги е писал имената просто е легенд. Шериф Шайттроп. Легенд да се казва Шериф. Фамилията ти да е Шайттроп.
Oh, I remember my first visit to the Scum Bar. It was noisy, filthy, and I immediately felt like I was in mortal danger. the kind of place I always wanted to belong.
Ето е музиката.
Ahoy there, stranger.
Ахуй
You
гия.
in town? That's the stupidest question I've ever heard. Why, this is the world-famous Mêlée Island, of course. Home to some of the filthiest rogues and rascals you'll ever cross paths with. Though if I were you, I'd not stray too far beyond the village. The weather's taken an awful turn tonight. A stranger could get lost in that pea soup. Oh, plenty of places to spend your pieces of 8. Though I'd wager most will be closed at this hour. Except maybe the general store. That old skinflint never sleeps.
Never sleeps.
Then there's the old jail, the church. But if you ask me, there's nowhere better than this very pub. Why not sit for a spell and soak it all in? Well, I am a pirate, but alas, I am not a captain. Truth be told, I haven't been out on the waves for many a month. It all began when that LeChuck business forced us back to shore. Once he was the terror of the Caribbean, roaming the seas on his fearsome ghost ship until he was scuppered by the legend of Monkey Island.
Направо пахти рекламата на играта, братко.
Oh, not what? Who? I'm talking about the most fearless felon to ever don a captain's hat and sail straight into the waiting maw of death itself. ГайБръш Трипвуд. Once we heard what had happened to LeChuck, most of us pirates chose to retire. There's no point trying to compete with the legend of Monkey Island. Our governor is none other than the legend of Monkey Island himself. He keeps this whole area prosperous for his fellow pirates. His mansion is on the other side of town, but pirates aren't as welcome around there as they used to be. Because the governor's a busy man, that's why. Caught up writing his memoirs. It's the most pre-ordered book ever published on Mêlée Island. To think of it, it's also the first book ever published on Mêlée Island. That just makes it even more exciting. I'm buying 9 copies. You should talk to the important-looking pirates in the next room. If you're to stand any chance of seeing the governor, they can tell you where to go and what to do. My name is Mancom Seepgood. What of who? Never heard of it. No, I've sailed as far as Dinky Island, but Mêlée Island is a place to be nowadays, thanks to the governor. Now that you're here, you should relax and take a load off. Uh-oh. Looks like my grog is going flat, so you'll have to excuse me. Maybe not on this sea of thieves you're so proud of, but in these parts, we prefer a beverage with a little extra kick to it. Kerosene, red dye number 2. If you're brave enough to try some for yourself,
Бъдат слагаш керосин в ром.
sneak ours out of the big barrel in the kitchen. You can join us in a toast to the legend of Monkey Island.
Айде, оставям те да се пиеш рома с керосин вътре. Damn, bro. 4 pieces of 8 will reach. Да седнем наесна. Да погледнем нашото G. Е тук горе. Beautiful. Amazing.
meet I spy. Tremble, mortal, before the mighty skulls of scum.
It's been longer than a rat's tail since I last set me sockets on a would-be pirate, though I could swear we've crossed paths before. But never mind all that. We're here to undertake the 3 trials I wrote.
The 3 trials! Aye, that takes me back. I want to be a mighty pirate. Where do I collect me hat?
Well, if you're here to prove your worth to us, too bad. We're no longer in charge around here.
Aye, and what would be the point? There's not a pirate wannabe alive who could hold a candle to the legend of Monkey Island.
No, please, not the speech again.
Mightiest pirate to ever weigh anchor!
Scourge of the Caribbean, terror of the Tri-Island territories, master of 1,000 insults.
A man who could hold his breath for 60 minutes.
Governor
GaiBrъш Tripvуд.
All that toasting of the governors made me thirsty.
Time for some more grog! Grog, 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 grog!
Alright.
Pirate leaders have pretty much staked a claim to this room. I can't think of anyone who'd want to argue with that. From here, they dispense wisdom to wannabe pirates.
Perfect.
Probation. Card. 3 hearts. Monkey.
Да. Все что я вам пробовал. Let's go.
What be ye wanting? Now that's the sort of question I'd expect from a pirate wannabe. Mêlée Island is pretty much wall-to-wall rogues and scoundrels. Granted, more than a few folks have retired from a life on the high seas and taken up other lines of work where they can. But pretty much everyone you'll rub shoulders with has flown the Jolly Roger at one time or another, and none of us are ashamed to admit it. Why should it? Governor Tripvуд is in charge now, and there's no pirate more lawless, lethal, and larcenous than he. The days of being clapped in irons by the local sheriff are long gone, and it's all thanks to the legend of Monkey Island. What's the matter? You got seawater in your ears? Let me spell it out for you. Governor Tripvуд is our legend of Monkey Island. He's been everywhere, seen it all, and stolen most of it. Adventures the rest of us can only dream of. The only way you'd be considered a true pirate is if the governor himself declared you to be worthy of following in his footsteps. Ah! Oh, you think so? You can't just stroll up to the governor's door and challenge him to a spitting contest, you know. But there is one way. A man in town can be your ticket to an audience with the governor, but his help surely won't come cheap.
Интересно.
They say it lies east of here, but its exact location is a great mystery to all but a chosen few, including the governor and his wife, Elaine Marley. The whole of Monkey Island is surrounded by a strange mist that makes sailing there a treacherous prospect, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Oh, really? Well, most folks tended to avoid the place once the ghost pirate LeChuck began to use Monkey Island as his pirate lair. Only the governor was brave enough to bring together a crew and make it all the way to Monkey Island to rescue his beloved bride. It's just one more reason he's held in such high regard. But I don't suppose even he knows every secret the island has to offer. I assume you mean pieces of 8? That's the currency we trade in here
Pieces
on
of
Mêlée
8?
Island, not gold or other such nonsense. The cook could have been persuaded to take you on, but he's already hired himself a new assistant, so you're out of luck there. Well, I'm sure if you keep your eyes peeled, you'll spot a few stray pieces of 8 lying around that nobody'll miss. Of course, a real pirate would notice more nefarious opportunities to fill their pockets.
Back again? You're persistent, I'll give you that. Decided to chance your luck with the governor's guards, eh? Well, you can't miss the place. Head up, through town, and through the archway below the clock tower to find a cliffside path that'll take you straight to the governor's doorstep. You might think so, but the fact of the matter is that the guards will turn you away unless you've got an official invitation. Now, I don't know where you'd go about acquiring such a thing, but there's one particular citizen whose specialty is finding what you need. You mean purveyors of tea, silks, that sort of thing? We don't allow them to operate here on Mêlée. The pirates gotta eat, though, so we do take in shipments of goods from other islands. One of them sank at the docks just the other day, in fact. Ha! What do I look like, a merchant? All I know is the governor keeps this place running just fine. We're never wanted for supplies. If you're peckish and low on funds, you could always find a fishing rod. See if you can't catch some supper that way. Each of us underwent the 3 trials way back when and became mighty pirates. When it was still possible for mere mortals to. But since you ask, I'll let you in on a little secret. The trick of being in charge is to make yourself look important. That's why we took the best table in the house for ourselves and lined ourselves up here, all official-like. Well, there's no need to be like that about it. There's plenty of other pirates who wish they'd thought of it first. Pay him no heed or he'll talk your ear off all night. Claims to hail from somewhere called Sailor's Grave, wherever that may be. Only when he starts up with a shanty, I never heard such a tuneless, talentless assault against the performing arts. He claims it's the best he can do on account of lacking a full set of vocal cords. But if you ask me, he's just doing it for the attention.
Back so soon? You've plenty of questions, I'll be bound. They say the name Scum comes from a language invented by one of the first and most influential pirates who dreamed of us all sharing a common speech. Some called him a genius, others a maniac. His knowledge and wisdom was passed down at a prestigious institute known as Scum University. Who can say, if it hadn't been for the drive and vision of those pirate pioneers, we might not be standing here today making such polite conversation.
Conversation.
Tests by which a pirate might prove themselves worthy of the title. There were 3 to be faced, spread across Mêlée Island. Trouble was, once word began to spread about the legend of Monkey Island and all that he'd accomplished, the trials looked pretty feeble by comparison. That we did, but no matter how dangerous, deceitful, and despicable the trials became, not one of them held a candle to the governor's heroic deeds. Eventually, nobody could manage to complete the trials, and the whole system was abandoned. Better to seek the governor's blessing. He may not look it, but Governor Tripvud has the strength and stamina of 10 men. He's the champion of both our caber tossing and spitting contest. And when it comes to his skill with a blade, his insults have flummoxed the sword master herself. Aye, that's a trick you'll get to learn if and when the governor judges you to be a worthy pirate. A devastating witticism delivered at just the right moment can throw your opponent off balance. We pirates have our pride to consider after all.
Когато роста оръжие.
Elaine Marley was her name, back before she became Mrs. Elaine Marley Threepwood. Few could win her heart back then, though many pirates tried. She was a fine leader, and just as fine a match for the legend of Monkey Island. Though there's one pirate who thought otherwise, and LeChuck was his name. That's putting it mildly. When Elaine invited him for dinner, LeChuck was instantly smitten and vowed to do whatever it took to marry her. Needless to say, the legend of Monkey Island wasn't about to stand for that. It ignited a bitter feud between the two of them. Ah, but that was a long time past now. Makes me all misty-eyed just to think about it.
What business do you have with us now? Speak up. Be quick about it.
I am Murray, the demonic talking skull. All pirates hear my name and tremble.
Ha! Pay no attention to that blowhard. He left his marauding days behind, along with his body.
At least I can remember my own name, not like some other skulls I could mention. And one day I shall return to the waves to unleash a new reign of chaos.
Sure you will. But for now, we provide what you might call the in-house entertainment. Telling jokes, hurling vile insults at pirate wannabes, and enthralling folks with tales of skullduggery and misdeeds.
I'm just here for the insults. You stink, ugly.
We're still workshopping some of our material.
I am no mere decoration. We are the esteemed Skulls of Scum, stars of the most disreputable tavern on Mêlée Island.
Aye, this be a place so foul, even the roaches have to hold their breath. The floorboards are rotten, the tankards are rusty.
And half the customers will run you through just for the fun of it. What's not to enjoy?
In all my centuries, I've never found a better place to hang my head. Excuse me. I've got something in my eye hole.
Ти направо му убива.
Oh, don't you dare start blubbering. You can be so embarrassing sometimes.
I've got something in my eye hole.
Well, maybe that holds true somewhere like the Sea of Thieves. But pirates in these parts hold themselves to a different standard. Time was, you could earn the approval of the pirate leaders here by completing their 3 trials. But that was then, and this is now. The only way they'll respect you is if the governor himself declares you to be a worthy pirate.
Good luck with that. Threepwood's not set foot out of that mansion for almost a year. His guards keep things running smoothly.
Of course. What could happen to the legend of Monkey Island? If you ask me, he and his missus are off on some grand adventure.
And if you ask me, Threepwood's gotten himself locked in a closet somewhere. And good riddance.
Just ignore him. If anyone knows how to meet the governor, it'll be that set of salty sea dogs over yonder. If you've yet to do so, you should go and say hello. Aye, that they be. They've got their own pirate law nowadays. And his name is Governor ГайБръш.
I told you not to use his name. It gives me a toothache.
You'll have to forgive Murray. He and the governor had a falling out a while back. Something to do with a missing arm.
Missing? It was an act of theft and wanton dismemberment, and one day I shall exact my demonic vengeance. Of course, these gullible fools may think of him as a legend, but I am not deceived. I have spent years plotting my retribution. However, the customers and I have formed an eternal bond. They will never let me leave, not unless someone can provide a replacement.
Right.
Hey, you shouldn't be back here. Because it's the rules, that's why. Customers stay out front, where they can't mess everything up. Oh, right. Well, I guess you can look around. But don't touch anything. I'm trying to work on a signature dish. I want something fiery and hearty, Tough, yet tender. Just like the legend of Monkey Island himself. Too bad I'm still missing one of the ingredients. Meat stew. When I can find the time to spice the meat, chop the veg, and add this special ingredient like I was told. Sure enough, the lady from the Mojo shop stopped by before the governor's guards closed her down with a box of root beer sprinkles. She told me to add them to the grog and anything I cooked to provide us all protection against insidious supernatural threats or something. Don't know why, but I hate to see good grub go to waste, and they don't taste half bad, so into the cooking pot with them. Can't help you there. I've just hired a new assistant, and they should be starting today. Assuming they show up for work. Don't know what the delay is all about, but I hope they remember to pick up their uniform from the general store. I've had it reserved all week. Of course it matters. Cooking's a messy business, and you need to look the part. I just hope they get here soon. I'm rushed off my feet as it is. As soon as they arrive, I'm going on my break. Yeah, in the barrel. But don't think you can just go helping yourself. It's the expensive, extra strong Governor's Special Reserve. I got a batch of it in stock in case the legend of Monkey Island ever stops by for a drink. Think of all the tourists he'd attract. But you need a strong stomach for the stuff, or you'll be out cold before long. Anyway, forget about all that. And don't touch anything.
Right. Добре, обиколихме целия бар. Let's go to the city. Тук имаме някакви неща, още да обираме. Не, по-обрахме всичко. Let's go to the city then. Gone out with the city with my bitch in the pocket. Къде музичката е? И за това говоря. Това е празно. Тук има гача беч. И тук има. Музичката просто. Просто голд.
This unfriendly character handles some of the more unsavory deals on Mêlée Island. He's a useful guy to know. I wonder where he got that fancy coat.
Sorry, but these items here, they're display models, not for sale. Hey, it's not my fault these Legend of Monkey Island action figures are hot property. My latest shipment got sunk down at the docks just as it arrived. Oh, then you need an exclusive Legend of Monkey Island meet and greet ticket, one of which I just so happen to have. Only one in existence. But I can tell just by looking at you that you can't afford such a sought-after item. Maybe we can work out some kind of deal. Tell you what, if you can bring me my missing cargo, I'll not only give you the ticket free of charge, I'll be able to sell you some other mementos. Deal? Deal. Now, get going.
Колко имаме? 37.
You lost? Well, then you come to the right pirates. We know pretty much everything that happens here on Mêlée Island. At this time of night, well, probably the only place with an open kitchen would be the Scum Bar. But good luck getting inside. The chef's a real stickler for the rules. If you're not the new assistant cook he's hired, you aren't getting anywhere near the cooking pot. Well, you could try begging a gunpowder gummy off of one of the governor's guards, but it might be the last thing you ever chew. Ah, up by the island lookout, no question. There's a pathway that leads to him just outside of the village. If the weather weren't so strange lately, you'd be able to see all the way across the island. Not much reason to head up there, though, unless you're planning to swindle a few pieces of 8 out of the lookout. Yeah, then you're in luck. A ship full of valuables went down in the harbor here not so long ago. Of course, even if you could find a way to raise its cargo up out of the water, you'd need the proper tools to crack it open. Some parts of the town are still being renovated. Who knows? Maybe you can swipe what you need.
Oh, those poor doggies. I can't help it. There's just something about these guys that cracks me up. Well, it's very sad, actually. The governor's guard dogs get tormented by the guards, you see. They've lost all the fire in their little bellies. I bet if they scarfed down a hearty meal, they'd soon be back to their nasty old selves. Of course we do. My favorite is the old top-up trick. What you do, see, you wait for your shipmate to get distracted. Then you pour some grog from your tankard into theirs without them catching you. They'll be snoring before you know it. That's when you sneak away and leave them to foot the bill.
Let me guess. Another pirate wannabe looking for easy answers. Well, let me tell you something. We love pirate wannabes looking for easy answers. I highly doubt it. The governor hired a man to wind the mechanism, but most days he falls asleep in the scum bar and forgets. He's going to lose the clock tower key one of these days, and then, well, I suppose not much will actually change around here. It's always grog o'clock. Ah, night owl, eh? Well, the general store's a little ways down the high street, but the storekeeper charges a pretty penny for his wares. Well then, here's a little tip from me to you. Pirates can't help but squirrel away their spare change. It's sort of what you might call one of those compulsive reflexes. You should check all the crates and barrels you find. You never know when you'll stumble upon someone else's pieces of eight. Of course we are! Salty old pirates through and through. But on Mêlée Island, that's to be expected. Most folks don't bat an eyelid at day-to-day skullduggery and the occasional keel hauling. Now, the really rotten apples, they get taken to the town jail. That old place has seen better days, though. I'm amazed the walls haven't collapsed. They say the governor hired someone to fix up the place. Last time I saw him, he was having an argument with the guards. Some kind of pay dispute. They didn't want to. Eventually, they dragged him away and there was a ruckus. Lots of screaming and falling and such like. The poor sap never even got to pack away his tools.
No to tylko jeszcze wziąłem instrumentarium. Pieces of 8. Pieces of 8, you see. Pieces of 8 we'll find.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Want to see something hilarious? There's a pack of piranha poodles in this alley that can't stand the sound of this thing. Watch. Oh, what's the matter? Can't you reach your lovely bony tendons? All right, that's enough, you mangy mutts. Go lay down. I said that's enough. We guard the governor now, not you pathetic pooches. So get used to it. Now move along and don't start any trouble. I'm on break.
It's an alleyway. Not too glamorous, but I guess they have their uses. This one seems oddly mysterious.
Ага. Go. 54. Good. Ефектно ще предна много мани. Много мани. Мани.
And where do you think you're going? Yeah, you and everyone else on the island. The governor's mansion is off limits to anyone who hasn't got an official invitation, especially unwanted admirers like you. If you can't show me something to prove you're expected, you can turn right back around and skulk off like all the other pirate wannabes. Clear?
Cause too much trouble and you might end up in prison. There's not much to do here except count the rats. My pal Otis seems to spend a lot of time stuck down here.
Are you a visitor? It's been so long since I've had anyone but Captain Coco to talk to. Oh, there was a little misunderstanding after I came back from Monkey Island. I came in a little too fast and smashed up the jetty pretty bad. But it wasn't my fault! You ever try to sail a galleon crewed entirely by monkeys? They emptied out my bananas, ran off, and left me to take the blame. Sure have. But it's okay. I'm good friends with the legend of Monkey Island. I was even on his crew once. I'm sure he'll be along to let me out, just as soon as he's finished his important, governor stuff. Yep, anytime now. And it's not like I'm alone this time. Captain Coco and I keep one another company. If he didn't have me to talk to, he'd have lost his mind by now. Where? Oh, no. That's Captain Coco. He was my first mate on our journey back from Monkey Island. Say hello, Captain Coco. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, it's simple. Captain Coco and I met back when I was stranded. Our monkey crew didn't trust me back then, so he was my only friend. And we've been inseparable ever since. Hey! I don't know how it is where you come from, but eating your shipmates is not okay. I'd sooner go back to snacking on rats. That would be great! But I don't know how you would. The sheriff has all the keys, and I haven't seen him since the governor's guards moved in. I don't know, Otis. Those locks look pretty rusty. I bet you could blow them wide open. That is a great idea! Captain Coco, you are a certified genius! Oh, shucks, you say the nicest things. Good luck!
Окей, имаме инструмента. И защо не мога да сваля? Сега не мога да дропна. Игра не прави така игра. Не, молята.
Ahoy there, fancy pants. That's the rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. Ultimate Collector's Edition. It's modeled on the famous contraption used by the legend of Monkey Island. Sold out right now, though.
Пиу. О, боже господи.
The only general store on Mêlée Island. The storekeeper gets a little paranoid around pirates. Then again, I did kind of break into his safe once. Maybe he's got the right idea.
Keep your hands off the display cases. I just polished them. Well, all my wares are right here on display, save for the reserve stuff. Feel free to browse around, but don't touch anything. You don't suppose correctly. I deal in pieces of 8, just like everybody else here on Mêlée Island. And before you ask, no, I don't offer credit. Find me some silver or you'll be going home empty-handed. Nice try, but I don't think so. This is a general store, not a pawnbroker. Well, money's still money no matter what time it is. Besides, leaving your store unattended on an island full of pirates is usually considered a bad idea. You have no idea how many swords, shovels, and other nautical accessories I had go missing when I was out running my errands. Now, there was a time when I might have taken a moonlight stroll to go and see. Wait! That's nobody else's business. Oh, so you're the new cook for the Scum Bar. Nice job burning down that cargo ship. Well, the costume was never paid for, so if you still have a job to go to, you'll need to settle the bill. Now, you best hurry before somebody else makes me an offer. There's a chest over there you can use to change clothes. Free of charge for paying customers. What? Turn my back so you can pocket whatever's in my safe? Whew, you must think I was born yesterday.
Добре, ще не остана 14. Laugh in the chat. ГайБръш Трипвуд. Сега той трябва да занесем честа там при оня. Не мога да го дропна, каза той. Сега грешното копче казах аз, миле. Защо не мога да отворя? Ще трябва да го отворя, скажем как без. Ето го.
Hey, that's my cargo. I thought it'd be fish food by now. Looks like I'm back in business. This meet and greet ticket will get you an audience with the legend of Monkey Island. Only one in existence, but I'd say you've earned it.
Имаме golden ticket, let's go.
And where do you think you're going? Oh, yeah? Let me see that. Seems genuine. Funny, I thought we'd gotten rid. Well, only one thing for it. There. I booked you in for the next available session. Come back and speak to my colleague after the clock strikes midnight. Like that'll happen anytime soon. That clock tower hasn't worked in years.
Oh, so you finally decided to show up, huh? Well, you can make yourself useful and start on the meat stew. The recipe's on the table. I'm going on my break. Don't let the customers touch anything. especially not the grog.
Use this recipe to create a dish bolt with the strength of Mojo to protect the town against dark magic. You will need these ingredients. For something rich and hearty, use a tender cut of meat, a canish mordant flour ground to add an extra thread. Diced onion, just one will do for sharp and tangy flavor. A freshly cooked red herring for no reason whatsoever. Sliced sleek chopped very finely to ensure all are well fed. My special root beer sprinklers made to ward off the undead. Place them all into the pot to stew a mighty feast. And serve as soon as possible to strengthen men and beasts. Nice, красиво рима, хареса ми. Nice onion. Check. Leak. Check. Pot. Check. Washing pot. Check. Caniche flour. Check. Root beer sprinkle. Check. Hanko meat. Check. Вот кто может. Lovely. My сиседи. Exactly. Богатащета. Радуемся. К сожалению. Поясню. То шкаф сам сотворил. Да можеш всяка такава риба да се лови в Thieves по този начин, толкова лесно. Red herring. Ад. Къде беше това? Няма къде. Аз не ли филма? Если ты рано пиваешь хоррором, то значит.
Try that again, and you'll be joining the devil for supper.
Тридцать пять. Глутамант приказал. Где? 45. Good. Добре, имаме клок тавър, чудесно. Добре вървим. Прямо насам. What?
Oh, what a view. That big church is where I came face to face with the dread pirate LeChuck in his true form. Good thing I had a secret weapon.
Айде, явно само за това идвам до това. Интересненько, вчера това не го видяхме. Midnight use, yeah. Let's see here. Ще го направим ли Midnight? Йоп. Добре, това е ръката на този. Нека да оставим и тук. Да оставим по този. Кой ще му кажеш сега, а?
And where do you think you're... Oh, yeah? Seems genuine. Funny, I thought we'd gotten rid... Well, only one thing for it. There. I booked you in for the next available session. Come back and speak to my colleague after the clock strikes midnight. What the... Well, the thing is, it's, shift change. Yeah, that's right, shift change. I can't let you through, because then my colleague, who is unfortunately delayed, would take the blame if anything happened, see? Sorry, but until my replacement arrives for an official handover, you're staying here.
Okay. Let's go. There you go, boys.
Hey! I told you not to start trouble! Get back in your cage! Dummies for the long of you! Root beer! Get back, you filthy flea bags! Stay away from me! Somebody save me before I go!
Nice. 103. Още един нещо. Къде оставяхме ръката? Къде е ръката? Беше са още един коин, не трябва от някъде да вземем, че да направим 170. 140 по-скоро. Сега, тук пише Gunpowder. Да, ето. The looks fuses.
Ahoy there, fancy pants.
Let's go. Enemies on the добре. We're good, we're good.
I don't believe it! Freedom after all these years! Ah, the smell of the sea, the touch of the moonlight! We are free, Captain Coco! Mwah!
Hooray!
Now we can do all the things we ever dreamed of. Travel the world, see the pyramids.
Open a furniture store.
Well, I mean, not that. That's pretty silly, but we can start over, build new lives for ourselves. Like running a furniture store. Hey, enough with the furniture store! I didn't spend all that time locked up just to collect chairs. I want to have an adventure.
And I want to sell nested mahogany tables at affordable prices.
Hey, that's stupid!
You're stupid!
You know what? Fine. Stay here and have your stupid furniture store. I hope it makes you happy. I thought we were friends.
Нещо има. Капитан, колко ще го пикъпнем после. Не се не трябва това. Оп.
Look behind you! The three-headed monkey! Don't be ridiculous.
You must think we were born yesterday.
You'll need to do better than that to fool us, Bone Brain.
Effie!
Buyer's remorse.
Дали отивам да оставим последния хотел там. And now we need Captain Coco. Oh there.
Hey, what are you doing? I was just getting comfortable. Although, if this is about getting to Threepwood, I'm in. I've got a score to settle. But first, I'll need some kind of body. But not just any body. A magnificent body, worthy of bearing my terrifying demonic countenance on a new campaign of terror and destruction.
Thanks for taking Murray on your travels. Now I can get top billing for once. Just between ye and me, we're still squarely in the Sea of the Damned. The strangest tides I've ever sailed.
But places from the past have a way of insinuating themselves upon the horizon. Should ye linger here long enough, of course there'll be no convincing this motley lot that they're anywhere other than the genuine Mêlée Island. That means no fancy talk of skeleton lords or shores of gold will impress them. They'll take you for a liar or a fool, or both. Now leave me be. I'm reworking tonight's act to be a solo performance.
It's so tranquil, so pleasant. I hate it. Ugh, what is that terrible stench? Oh, right, the customers. Hey, I can see my house from here. Oh, nobody ever said pirates make great architects. I don't need to know what time it is. I'm immortal. Hey, seeing all these ghostly guards gives me an evil idea. If you can get me a new body, I could pretend to be one of them and sneak you into Threepwood's place. What do you say? There's gotta be a convenient corpse lying somewhere around here. I guess it's true what they say. Commerce never sleeps. Not much in the way of nightlife. Did you take a wrong turn back there? I just read about this place in Hangman's Digest.
Hangman's Digest.
Say, that body looks like a good fit for me. Why not let me take it for a test drive, and I'll get you to ГайБръш.
There it is.
At last, my new reign of demonic terror can... Easy now. It's been a while since I had limbs to worry about. All right, here we go. I'm getting the hang of this. Let's get you into that mansion. Now, marvel at my mastery of impersonation.
Ты hilarious просто. Apare Gobi anche no bene nell'animo Steam. Yeah, problemi.
Yarr, one of the governor's guards I be. I be adoring the legend of Monkey Island so much and oh, forget it.
Well, that about does it for my shift. You know what to do. Keep everyone out of the mansion at all costs. No exceptions.
Yeah. Do I tell you how to do your job?
You okay, Walt? You sound weird.
Oh, it's allergies. You know, from the poodles.
Oh, right. Stupid mutts almost took a bite out of me last week.
Our diabolical scheme is working perfectly. Get up to the mansion and find Threepwood. I'll keep watch. Revenge shall soon be mine.
Nice information.
The fanciest place on Mêlée Island. Before I could get inside to meet Elaine, I had to subdue a pack of piranha poodles. They're actually quite cute when they're sleeping. So, we meet again. Then you must know why I'm here.
It's my grandfather's map, isn't it? You want to find the treasure.
Don't you see? You're the only treasure I need, Plunder Bunny. I'm here to rescue you.
My hero. Oh, you're the greatest pirate who ever lived.
Not so fast, you mutinous mud skipper. That's my bride-to-be. I don't think so. The only thing you've got to do. Some of the most priceless treasures ever looted are on display here. I came to steal one, and that's how I met my Plunder Bunny.
Nice. Максимально 45 бейсик.
Go away, please. Not today, thank you. Important gubernatorial business going on. I told you no more autographs. Leave me alone. Would you be quiet? My wife is sleeping.
Някой? Някой? Бат. Скружа, не сте имали в кик, бе, бат. Оп, ме си зафолила там. Сай да съпне. Не, бам се, бам се. Кой му хостна, бе, бат? Това са някакви много плей неща. Ооо, Sea of Thieves, братле. Големите работи. Така, пак казвам.
Look, Lutikins, we have company. They must want to hear all about your courageous deeds.
Oh, but honey pumpkin, I'm busy with my memoirs. I can't be disturbed or I'll miss my deadline.
Now, we mustn't be rude. And look, they have a meet and greet ticket.
Oh, all right. Welcome to the official Legend of Monkey Island meet and greet event. Your once-in-a-lifetime chance to hear all the seafaring adventures of the mighty pirate ГайБръш Трипвуд. Straight from the legend himself. No food or drink permitted during the event. Please keep your hands and feet inside the mansion at all times. The trial and authorities are not responsible for any loss of property, injury, or death incurred during the presentation. The legend begins right here on Mêlée Island, on the day of my arrival. The pirate leaders immediately recognized my natural talents. And so did Governor Marley, who was instantly swept off her feet. Unfortunately, there was one pirate who refused to acknowledge my obvious greatness. The ghost pirate LeChuck, who was also smitten with Elaine and spirited her away to the mysterious Monkey Island. Gathering a loyal crew and the finest ship available, I sailed in search of LeChuck's pirate lair. Having single-handedly concocted a powerful root beer to destroy ghost pirates, I cornered LeChuck and gave him the biggest spritzing of his afterlife. I kept the bottle. It's one of my most treasured possessions. Unfortunately, it's true what they say. You can't keep an undead, obsessive, vindictive, demonic sea scourge down. I had to tangle with LeChuck again before finally ridding the world of his evil once and for all. I returned to Monkey Island triumphant, married my beloved Elaine, and we set sail on our honeymoon. Why can't I remember? And what was with that weird fog anyway? Anyway, Once everyone learned of my heroic deeds, they insisted I become governor of Mêlée Island. And that concludes your premium meet and greet session. Cheers! Thanks for stopping by. Oh, be sure to check out our exclusive merchandise. We have gifts for the whole family. Oh, and please, leave quietly. My wife is very, very sleepy.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I got read it. Hello guys. Thank you Zen Remaster for the raid. Thank you brother. Appreciate it. БГ, да, БГ. Щом сте БГ-та, евала. Ти сега. Така. По-другому тук. 55. Damn. Килето, къде да намерим ключа? Някой знае ли? Добре, защо не дава да го... Добре, играта бъгва пранка. Само не ме предлага сега си в Thieves, молята. Да няма нещо тук. Боже господи. Добре. Те са наимни за индианци. Root beer bottles.
Drop anchor, you barnacle-brained buffoons, and prepare to make land. There's treachery afoot.
Oh, damn. Това, което си мислили. Yup.
Well, what have we here? An unwanted intrusion into my masterful delusion. Threepwood always was pathetically easy to manipulate. Once I'd convinced him he was a mighty pirate hero, his raging ego made all this possible. So long as he believes he's the legend of Monkey Island, he'll never want to leave this place. And it's all thanks to this. Pirates on your precious sea of thieves practically tripped over themselves to deliver me this sword.
They couldn't wait to help their beloved pirate lord. It's not about the gold, it's about the glory. Oh, the Sea of Thieves is such a special place, where sickeningly sweet stories can last for all eternity.
And once this burning blade is restored, those waters will be mine to rule as I see fit. So you see, I really can't let you stand in my way. Unfortunately, my skeletal shipmates have gotten mighty restless, keeping watch on Threepwood. I'm sure they'll take good care of you while I set sail for Monkey Island.
I need help! Stop it!
Ето ги. Айде, елате, бе, давай, елате. Good.
Come on, Mr. Nice Guard. Get back here! They got me! Acts like a pirate again. You should never have come here. I'm it!
Идем на сон.
Thanks to you, LeChuck has withdrawn, and Root Beer has rid this place of his evil influence. The power of Mojo can return at last. We have much to discuss, but I sense you may have unfinished business here on Mêlée Island. When you are ready to depart, return to me here. I shall be waiting.
Alright. Да.
Governor? Chuck?
Други докстори. Найс. И сега мисля, ще трябва да купим само книгата и приключване. Май да. Ще завърня горе са. Ау. Ти. The Legend of Monkey Island. Историята и Angel Attack на Horizon. Basically е като Pirate's Life, където имахме книга, която беше на всичките филми.
We have much to discuss. As you have learned, the memory of this island has become a prison for ГайБръш, a cage crafted from his own vanity and given life by the sea of the damned. He is so beguiled, he does not even notice the absence of his wife. But ГайБръш and Elaine are not the only ones in peril. LeChuck has come to know the Sea of Thieves and envies the power and status of its pirate lord. If he is not stopped, then he will continue to seek that power for himself. But LeChuck's lair lies deep beneath Monkey Island, and only ГайБръш knows the way. Do not lose hope. There is a way to clear the head and free the heart of ГайБръш Трипвуд. But it will take time to prepare. There are those in the living world who will wish to know all that you now know. I shall send them word of my plan, and when the time is right, I sense they will seek your help once more. For now, I shall return you to your ship. ГайБръш owes you a great debt of gratitude. Next time we meet, I shall make certain he repays it.
Айде. Айде, първият отил минат. Другия месец следващия.